Namaskar. Welcome to your geography class. I'm your geography teacher Sukhdeep Kaur. We are continuing our chapter number 3. That was all about the drainage system of India. Within this case, we have discussed our first part in the prior class that was all about the introduction of the drainage system in India along with the overview of the identification of the features of Himalayan and Peninsular river system. So today's class is all about the Himalayan rivers, and of course we will continue with these further classes as well. So let's start our today's class with the complete detailed description of our Himalayan river system itself. So Himalayan river system comprises 3 major rivers. So let's talk about all of them in detail, comprising their entire drainage system. So the major Himalayan rivers are Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra. These two, particularly actually Indus only, this originates from the Himalayan ranges itself near the Lake Mansarovar, not present in the Indian territory. Similar is the origin of Brahmaputra, but Ganga does not originate from the Himalayas itself. Its headwater, headwater sources, although the glaciers itself from the Gangotri glacier, but it is unitedly formed with the combination of two rivers. We are going to discuss all of them. These are the long rivers, as we have discussed the major differentiation of Himalayan and Peninsular river system in the prior class itself. So these are the long rivers. These are joined by many large important tributaries. Why not distributors? Because they do distribute their water. So tributaries, we are discussing them as they contribute there. They give the inlet of their water to these major rivers. Then talking about the first river system, that is of Indus river system. Indus rises in Tibet near Lake Mansarovar, so it directly enters the Ladakh region. It flows towards the west direction, towards the Pakistan, and that comprises a certain information as the major flow of the water of this river Indus is in Pakistan. Almost about 30% of the flow of this Indus river lies in India. So it flows towards the west, it enters India in the Ladakh region, and it forms a picturesque gorges, beautiful gorges, again a particular kind of a physical feature itself. So they form a picturesque gorges in the particular part of Ladakh itself. So that is the overview information of the drainage system of the Indus river, and here is the map also, as it originates from the Lake Mansarovar, nearby Lake Mansarovar. It enters India from the Ladakh region, and passing through the entire Ladakh region, it enters in the Pakistan itself. So its flow is towards the west direction. Then several tributaries. We are talking about the tributaries that give their water inlet in the main river. So several tributaries join it in the Kashmir region. So a bit of the flow of the Indus river passes through the Kashmir region itself, and as it enters and it crosses entire Kashmir region, it is joined by these major tributaries. These are Ziskar range of mountains are also there, Nubra, Shok, Hunza. So these are the major tributaries. Although whatever information I provided over here on this board, that is mandatory to be copied down or to be learned. Either or choices, both are yours. It means the ball's in your court. Now you have to decide how you have to play the game of learning. But particularly these kinds of terms, as in 1 mark question, MCQs, they do come for that part. And as it flows through the Baltistan and Gilgit region and then emerges from the mountains at Attock. So these regions, particularly Attock, if I talk about, it entirely lies in the Pakistan region itself. Gilgistan and Baltistan, the Indo-Pak border region itself. Rivers join together to enter the Indus in Pakistan. So all the tributaries give their water inlet to the main river Indus, and thereafter it enters Pakistan near Mithankot, again a prominent region in the Pakistan itself. So these are further of these tributaries of the Indus river itself: Jhelum, Satluj, Byas, Ravi, Chenab, and 5 of them passes through before entering the Pakistan region. 5 of them passes through Punjab region, Punjab state. That is why Punjab is known as Panj. Panj means 5, as in Doab region, Punjab region. Ab means the water sources. So 5 water sources pass through Punjab, forming fertile plains, or to be considered one of course, the largest fertile plains are the Ganga Brahmaputra plains, and that too Ganga plains itself. But yes, Punjab is also fertile region and one of the most fertile states of India as well. Beyond this, the Indus flows southwards, eventually reaching the Arabian Sea. So as it enters in the Pakistan from this region itself, you can see the 5 tributaries are also coming over there that are giving their water to the Indus River itself. But they do give their combined water inlet in the Indus in the Mithankot itself. From the Indian subcontinent, they do flow individually. You can see the Jhelum, Chenab, this is Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Satluj and Byas is over there. Good to go? So finally, this Indus River water gives its flow or outlet of the water in the Arabian Sea, because Arabian Sea lies by the west side, by the Pakistan side. So that is the only water body, open water body, in which the Indus River gives its water outlet. Indus Plains has a very gentle slope, and the length of Indus is 2900 kilometers, one of the longest rivers of the world. Although Ganga is the largest river of India, because the length of Ganga is 2500 kilometers. Of course, we are going to read that soon. But what I want to state over here is whether the length of the Indus River is 2900 kilometers, so that is the longest in the Ganga, still the entire flow of 2900 kilometers does not lies in Pakistan or India individually. It entirely flows through the region of India and Pakistan collectively for the length of 2900 kilometers. That's why it's not the longest river of India, neither for the Pakistan concern itself, but it is one of the longest river of the world. Moving ahead, a little over a third of the Indus basin is located in India. So hardly 30% of water flow is in the India subcontinent. So it flows through these regions: Ladakh, Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, and the rest is in Pakistan. Let me recall myself once again. We have read these 4 prominent regions: Ladakh, Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab. So in Punjab, Indus directly doesn't flow, but its tributaries are present. So we are collectively talking about the drainage system of Indus River that is spread in these states. So don't consider this ki ma'am, Indus doesn't flow in Punjab region, so why it's mentioned over there? Don't get it wrong. Indus Water Treaty. As we have just now discussed that only 30% of the flow of Indus River is in India subcontinent. Rest of the 70% approximately its flows is in Pakistan. So on that basis, there goes this term that is about the Indus Water Treaty negotiation to be dealt with the conflict of the Indus River water. As Pakistan admits that we have the majority flow of the Indus River, so Indians don't have any right to use that water. And Indian subcontinent people, Indian citizens do claim, along with the government itself, that still it has 30% of the flow in India, so we can use that water. So on that conflict, this treaty was organized in year 1960. So we have to learn the name, we have to learn the year. India can use only 20% of the Indus River system water. The flow can be of the 3% or 1/3 part particularly, but we are talking about the water usage, so we are allowed to use only 20% of the water of the Indus River. So this water is used for various purposes. This 20% water used for the particular Punjab, Haryana, southern and western Rajasthan, and that too for the irrigation part. So we can consider that the fertility of the plains of the Punjab, Haryana, south and west of Rajasthan, it is particularly because of the presence of the 20% water, not entirely for any one region, but collectively 20% water availability by the Indus River. So that was about this entire treaty part. Now talking about the second river system, that is the Ganga river system of the Himalayan river system itself. As I've already told you, Ganga is not originating from the Himalayas, so we have to discuss its root concept. I've told you that 2 rivers combine and then Ganga is formed. So first is Bhagirathi, other one is Alaknanda. They do meet at a particular Prayag, Dev Prayag. in the Uttarakhand particularly. Uttarakhand is a state. I hope you know that part. So let's read it. The headwaters, the source of water of Ganga is fed by the Gangotri glacier, and the headwater source from the Gangotri glacier, first of all, it gives water to the Bhagirathi itself, not to the Ganga. It is joined by Alaknanda at Devprayag in Uttarakhand. At Haridwar, the Ganga emerges its flow from the mountains to the plains. It means till Haridwar, there lies the Shivalik ranges, or the outer Shivaliks are stretched or expanded. Thereafter starts the plains. So as soon as it enters Haridwar and thereafter it enters the plain, there we do consider this river particular as Ganga. Then major Himalayan tributaries of the Ganga, we should learn about that. Yamuna, Ghagra, Gandak and Kosi. And most important is Yamuna. For we are particularly talking about the Yamuna, the most important tributary of Ganga river. It originates or rises from the Yamunotri glacier again in Himalayas. It flows parallel to the Ganga itself. And Yamuna river meets Ganga at Prayagraj, also known as Allahabad, at Prayer. So meets the Ganga at Prayagraj, Allahabad, as a right bank tributary. So from the right part of the Ganga river, it merges with it in the Prayagraj or at Prayagraj, Allahabad. Ghagra, Gandak and Kosi, talking about these three rivers. And one more information, Kosi river is also, it flows in Bihar. So it is also known as the Kosi river in the terms of Kosi, Hindi term is Abhishap. So it is also known as the curse of Bihar or Abhishap hai Bihar ka. So this is also named by this term, the curse of Bihar. Kosi river, Kosi matlab Kosna in Hindi. So getting ahead with the information, these rises in Nepal Himalayas. If you remember, the region-wise division was also there of Himalayas. So they originate from the Nepal Himalayas. Flood parts of the northern plains every year. So these rivers do bring floods to the northern plains almost every year, causing damage to the life and property. I have already given the example of Kosi Nadi, curse of Bihar, because it brings huge floods in Bihar every year, almost every year, and enrich the soil for agricultural use. Everything has its merits and demerits, so does the floods. On one part, they causes the destruction of life and property. On other part, they are quite fruitful as they provide the soil enrichment, or they do provide the fresh alluvial soil, or they do provide us the most fertile soil of the entire subcontinent, that is alluvial soil itself. Then the major peninsular tributaries of the Ganga. Not only the tributaries are present in the northern part of India for the Ganga river, they are from the peninsular part itself. So from the southern part of India, there are certain rivers that give their water to the Ganga river. They are Chambal, Betwa, Son. These rises from semi-arid area. Semi-arid. Semi means half, arid means dry areas. They have shorter courses, semi-arid areas. So we are here by talking about almost, not exactly, almost the peninsular plateau region, and they have shorter courses. They are short rivers because the peninsular river system is not directly coming over here, but the part of it, and they don't carry much water in them as they are probably the seasonal as well. Then Namami Gange program. So a program was initiated by the Government of India itself. We do have it here. We will discuss that. So what was this program? An integrated conservation mission. The aim to start this mission was to protect Ganga by the pollution, certainly. Then approved. It was approved as a flagship program by the Union government, center government in June 2014. Period is with us. This program was based on two objectives. What were those twin objectives? So effective abatement, eradication of pollution, or it should be protected from the pollution part. Then conservation and rejuvenation of the Ganga. Conservation to protect it, to protect its water boundaries. It should not provide its water out of the limits. If it will go in the confined passage. Although every river have their confined passages, in the terms, they do flow on the particular path, on a particular passage. But if the boundaries are not there, if the banks are open, banks are not there by the river side or for the flow of the river, it can give its water to the huge spreaded region, and it will not be the healthy part, as in it can causes again destruction to the property, particularly more than life, because there will be less agricultural land, so that will be a kind of destruction. We will not be able to do the agriculture on that land. So that was the entire twin objectives Namami Gange program, to protect Ganga river from the pollution. Particularly, the Ganga flows eastward to Farakka, a region in West Bengal. Then this is the northernmost point of the Ganga delta. We are talking about Ganga delta. Delta are the fertile regions formed by each and every river at the mouth of the river, where they are to meet the open water bodies, likewise sea or oceans. The river bifurcates, divides over here. The Bhagirathi is to be considered as a Hooghly, and it is a tributary itself, and it flows southwards to the Bay of Bengal. And the mainstream, if we talk about, as it is bifurcating, dividing, so one flows goes towards the Hooghly, other flows southwards into Bangladesh, joined by Brahmaputra, and combinedly they are known as Meghna, or they have their combined name as Meghna. So further downstreams, it is known as the Meghna, the combined river, Ganga and Brahmaputra. This mighty river with waters from Ganga and Brahmaputra, we are talking about Meghna itself, it flows into the Bay of Bengal, and the delta formed by these rivers is one of the largest, actually to be considered as the largest delta of the world as well, Sundarban Delta. And here is the image with the help of the map. This yellow part is the Bangladesh region, green part on either sides are the Indian territories. You can consider over there Brahmaputra coming from this side, entering Bangladesh, and Ganga's, the particular, it do have its tributaries and distributaries, so it is entering the Bangladesh region and combining over here. So first of all, it is known as Meghna, then it is known by various names in Bangladesh itself. We are talking about the Brahmaputra's name itself and combined name of Ganga, Brahmaputra as well. So we do have certain names with us: Jamna, Padma, Meghna. So these three terms should be remembered. Meghna in the case of the combined version of Ganga and Brahmaputra, you can see. So if in here it is named as Meghna, it has to be termed with the same name as well at prior. And Jamna is the name of the Brahmaputra river that flows in the Bangladesh region. Sundarban Delta, it is derived from the name, from the Sundari trees that are found in abundance in this deltaic region, and we do have the mangrove forest over here as well, which grows well in marshland, and the world's largest and fastest growing delta as well, and also the home to the Bengal tiger, Royal Bengal tiger. It is a protected species in this region. Length of the Ganga, over 2500 kilometers, already told you. And talking about this Ambala region, located onto the water divide between the Indus and Ganga river system. And this is the entire flow till Bangladesh. You can see these blue lines going all over in the east and west, or left and right side of the main river itself. So Yamunotri glacier, Yamuna is originating from the Gangotri glacier, not Ganga, but yes, Bhagirathi and Alaknanda, and they are combining, and this is how the entire flow is there. At Allahabad, the Ganga and Yamuna meets, so major tributary as well in that case. Plains from Ambala to Sundarban, the stretches of 1800 kilometers, the slope drop of only 300 meters only, just 1 meter for every 6 kilometers. And so finally the river develops large meanders. Told you meanders, such kind of land shapes having the loops region. These are the meander. Another physical feature to be created by the rivers on their course from the origin point till the, when they are giving their water outlet. Brahmaputra river system, it is an important river system for the eastern part of India, and it rises from the east of Mansarovar Lake, again from the Himalaya region, and it is very close to the sources of Indus and Satluj itself. Prominently, Satluj is the tributary of Indus itself. Slightly longer than Indus. So Indus is 2900 kilometers. Again, the Brahmaputra is also longer than Ganga, but the entire stretch of Brahmaputra water is not in India. It is a bit divided into three parts. It does flows in Bangladesh, India, as well as Nepal and China borders itself. So slightly longer than Indus. Most of its coast lies outside India, flows eastwards parallel to the Himalayas itself. You can see from this glacier, Yarlung Sangpo. So its name is Sangpo, not in India, but in the China region particularly. And over here, it enters India from the Arunachal Pradesh, and there it does have its varied names, as in Dibang. Lohit gave its water to it, so it is having its tributaries and distributaries collectively over there. On reaching the Namcha Barwa, a certain mountain ranges are there, not exactly to be known as the mountain because mountain have highest peaks. So Namcha Barwa mountain come hill ranges are there. When it comes to this Namcha Barwa, it takes a U-turn. If these Namcha Barwa mountains are not to be there in the Arunachal Pradesh or at the exterior boundary of international borders of India and the other one, so the Brahmaputra might not have entered India, it might have gone straight. Because of the presence of the Namcha Barwa mountain or the hill ranges, this Brahmaputra river takes a U-turn of it and enters India subcontinent, and that is its height of the Namcha Barwa. It takes a U-turn, enters in Arunachal Pradesh through a gorge. So Namcha Barwa comprises various gorges. So from one of the gorges, this river Brahmaputra enters India, to be known as Sangpo, not in India, in the outer India. Here it is called the Dihang, told you. It's joined by Dibang, Lohit, and many other tributaries to form Brahmaputra in Assam. Brahmaputra is its name for the entire region that it flows in the India subcontinent. Brahmaputra, known as Sangpo in Tibet, told you, out of India, Jamna in Bangladesh. This information has been already provided when I was teaching you about the Bangladesh flow of the Brahmaputra river with the help of the map itself. Then in Tibet, it carries a smaller volume of water and less silt. Reason, it is a cold and dry area. So for that part, then in India, it passes through a region of high rainfall. We are talking about Assam particularly, and then coming downwards. Here the river carries a large volume of water and considerable amount of silt that makes very fertile plains of Brahmaputra. It has a braided channel. You know, braided means coming from both the sides, and in between is the flow of the main river. That is braided channel in its entire length in Assam, and it forms many riverine islands, and one of the largest riverine island is found in the Brahmaputra river, known as Majuli. We have already discussed in the prior chapter. Chapter number 2. Yes. Every year during the rainy season, it overflows its bank, causes widespread devastation, destruction due to floods in Assam and Bangladesh itself. Brahmaputra's huge silt deposits raise its riverbed. As the riverbed means, we are talking about the central part of the river flow. If the riverbed is rising, it means the sidewise water flow has to spill outside, There is no other choice because water has to flow. And during the floods, what happens in flood? There is the sudden outbreak of water, or amount of water suddenly increases. In that case, if the riverbed is rising, the water has to spill out of the banks. That causes floods, and that brings destruction. So unlike other North Indian rivers, it also shifts its channels frequently, more frequently with more pace. So that was all about the Himalayan river system description. We have discussed about three major rivers of Himalayan river system: Indus, Ganga, Brahmaputra. We have discussed their major tributaries along with some of the names that they are known for, particularly in Bangladesh region, in Tibet region, likewise Sangpo in the China region, that is. So that was all about the collective and detailed information of about Himalayan river system. So what's remaining at the back? Peninsular river system. We are going to soon solve it in the next class itself, because It's not that widely elaborated part. Thing is, they are shorter, they don't have major tributaries in more count as they do have. Who do have? The Himalayan rivers. So now is the time to recall today's discussion of the class. So let's do it with the quick time. Where does the Indus River originate? Indus, so it is originating from near Lake Mansarovar. Second question, which tributary of the Ganga meets as a right bank tributary at Prayagraj, Allahabad? That is Yamuna. Ghagra, Gandak and Kosi are there, but they are not meeting at the right bank tributary, that too at Allahabad. So prominent terms are with us. Lastly, in which year was the Namami Gange program launched? Year 2014. For these questions answer, you have to learn prominently. Otherwise, it can be a problem that you might can take the wrong answer. So that was all about our today's class. See you soon in the next class with the discussion of the peninsular river system along with some more important discussions like with rivers, lakes, etc., because they are also the part of drainage system in India as they are providing water resources for that part. So see you soon in the next class. Till then, take care. Bye bye.